All right. Which means I hit start streaming, which means, damn it, we are streaming and we are live. So what is going on, everybody? It is Wrestling Outlet. As you can see, once again, we're plugged into the Wrestling Outlet. Everyone on YouTube can see that. And good to be here. I am, once again, Boxman. And, of course, right there.
Right there, indeed. Hi, how are you? How is everyone? I am Spark Wahlberg.
And go ahead, Eric. As you can see, joining us. Eric, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm back for a special episode here from Everything Unscripted podcast.
Yep.
And tomorrow night we'll
go ahead.
be doing our 20 favorite top 20 wrestling favorite wrestlers tomorrow night.
Nice. Very nice. Very, very nice.
Wait, tomorrow night is Friday, right? Yeah.
Tomorrow is Friday.
All day long.
Yeah. Tomorrow is Friday. So, you know.
Well, I mean, we're all a little bit shaken up after what's been going on in the news, of course. R.I.P. to the Queen. May she rest in power. May she rest in pussy.
Yeah, that's that was weird. I'm sitting there during lunch. Next thing you know, it pops up on my phone, and I'm watching it on the TV. I'm like, well, I'll be damned. Look at that. That's pretty crazy shit, man. I mean, since I've been a kid, she's been the queen.
I saw a news headline that said the sudden death, and I was like, she's 96. Nothing that took 96 years is sudden. It wasn't like she, like Jimi Hendrix style, OD'd when she was like 27. Like she's been kicking it out here in these streets for a minute.
Well, I mean, at the end, it's always sudden. You know, it's at the end.
She died today, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she did. Like I said, right around lunch is when it's funny. Yesterday or today, early this morning, I was looking at my phone and it's like they were worried about her health, and then here comes lunchtime and it's like, oh well, we're not worried about her health anymore. She's dead.
That's pretty much the worst case scenario health wise.
It is no longer your concern or ours.
Nope.
Nope, not at all. So
how does that work? Do they crown a new queen?
No, Charles takes over. King. We have now there's a Kang. King Charles.
He becomes King Charles instead of Prince
Yep.
Charles.
So
I said princess.
Pretty crazy, man. In our life, they got a new king, man. We're here to witness it. That's kind of cool.
The men are back in charge. Fuck yeah, brother. Oh, damn time the white man took over.
This is a man's world, goddammit. James Brown was right.
Hey.
So there hasn't been a queen and king at the same time?
Well, I mean, technically, that's a weird way to put it. Somehow my dog is in the house.
Oh.
I didn't let my dog in the house.
Is Compton in the house?
But my dog is in the house. Do me a favor, guys. I'm going to turn my camera off for just a second and go see how my dog's in the house. And my door could be open.
What you're saying is you want dead air for the next 5 minutes? I got you, Chief.
No, just give me 2 seconds here to find out if my door is open. And actually, I won't even turn off my camera. Just give me 1 sec. Don't mind my little pants here, my nutcracker pants. So, all right. Just give me 1 minute, and I'll be right back. I want to make sure my door's not open. Be right back. All right. Just talk about something.
Are you watching the game, Smart?
I am watching the game. There's a football game on that now for those who don't watch football or know what we're talking about. Opening Thursday in the NFL, of course.
Yep.
Right. I'm assuming my son got up and let him in.
Nah, it's too late. We're talking about sports now. This is cheese on sports. You left us alone, and we do what guys do, and we talk about sports. We acknowledge the fact that there's a game on. We didn't go much further than that, though.
Talk about a real sport, poker.
I don't know. No sport that I could play really constitutes as a real sport.
What?
I feel like I could play poker. Like, I wouldn't be good at it, but I could do it.
I mean, that's the good thing. Anyone can. You can go up against a world champion, catch a good hand, and beat his ass.
Yeah.
He would be a good hand if he went against me.
I mean, it's not a bad thing.
Poker.
You know, you can get a
Poker's about luck and line.
There's skill in poker still. You still got to know what to do, when to do it, and you got to know how to read people. So I mean, there's still some skill in poker, but definitely luck. You've got to get lucky. You've got to win what they call races when it's like, you know, when you're beat, you got to, you know, just end up with a better hand, suck out on people. You definitely have to get lucky to win a tournament or do any kind of winning in anything. But there's still some skill involved. I mean, trust me, someone that just sits there and plays every hand, that's not skill. They're going to get their ass kicked eventually. They may be lucky the first few times, but I promise you they're going to go home broke more than likely. A lot more than not. So,
For those who are not familiar with the game, what does the term "suck out on people" constitute?
Oh, nothing dirty. It literally is. Let's say we went into the hand. I had pocket fives, a pair of fives. You had pocket queens, pair of queens. We go into the hand. You know, we have to put the board out there. The flop, turn, river, 3 cards, one card, and I like hit a 5. To give me 3 of a kind to beat your 2 queens, and you had me beat the whole way.
Oh, okay. So I think I get what's going on here. You like the game because you can deceive people and beat up queens.
Okay.
Colors are coming out tonight, Box.
You could have been a pair of kings, could have been a pair of aces. I could have been a pair of 8s, 9s, 10s, jacks, queens.
If ace steals and just bit your hand.
Look, man, I was just trying to have a good hand here.
Yeah.
I haven't played in so long. I really need to. I really need to start playing again. I miss it. I love it. I should be playing. I love playing.
You play online poker?
Yeah, it's really the only place you can play now because all the games are out of hand and people fucking think they're on TV and they're wearing sunglasses and fucking hats and hoodies and covering themselves up. It's not the same game it used to be. Online is fucking the Wild West, basically, when it comes to poker.
Yeah, you can't even go to casinos anymore and do it. It's not even...
You can. The last time I went to a casino, literally, everyone was talking to the dealer like, hey, how's your kids, Barry? He's like, good, you guys coming over for the barbecue next week? I'm like, what the fuck? Where did I land? And this was in Oklahoma at Choctaw. I literally sat there for about 25 minutes listening to this. Got a pocket aces, went all in. Some idiot called me with 9 deuce, which is like really not a good hand. I win. I got up. I left the fucking table. I doubled up all my chips, left, and walked away.
Nice. I
wasn't even giving these pricks a chance to make their fucking money back. Fuck them all. I didn't feel comfortable, man.
There you go.
And they all knew each other at the table. They knew the dealer. It was like I just walked into like the movie Rounders. Like I felt like the fish in the room, and I wasn't going to do it anymore. You know, they say if you can't spot the sucker in the room, it's you. Even spotting yourself as the sucker is good enough. So, I don't know, man. It is tough going to casinos. Online, though, I think it's only like 5 or 6 states you can play for real money. So, otherwise, you're just playing for fake money. No one cares. You can literally win 100,000 chips in one day. 1 million if you're lucky. So who cares? It's not playing poker anymore. It's just not. It's the fucking Wild West when you play.
Everything is technology now.
Yeah, I mean it's still fun. You know, but if you can weed out those people and make it through the tournament down to like if you're in a 10-person tournament and you can make it down to like 5-6 players, you're going to get to the better of the players that are actually wanting to play the game.
Okay.
Yeah, and not just sit there and all in. Oh, I've got 7 deuce, the worst hand in poker. Oh, that's definitely an all-in hand. That's pretty much what we run into a lot when you're playing. So
People will pretend they have something good and then.
no, they literally the name of the game now is just shove chips in the pot and make the other guy try to fold.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you watch if you watch it on TV, you'll see it's just a different game. It's definitely a different game. But anyway, that's neither here. We're obviously wearing my World Series of Poker shirt, so which I bought that day in Choctaw with the money I won from those fucking pricks.
Nice.
I got a hat too in the car. That came with the shirt.
Have you been to an event, a World Series event?
No. Never been to any. They do satellites up in Choctaw, which, you know, it's kind of like if you a lower price tournament you can win to get into a bigger tournament.
Oh, okay.
But again, you're dealing with people who think they're on television, and it's just not worth my time, dude. I'm just not fucking doing it. So no, I've never been. The real World Series is always in Vegas. And those tournaments are like 1,500 buy-in minimum. Some are lower, but you're looking at 1,500. The main event's 10 grand buy-in.
Wow.
Well, that's why the prize pool this year was like 8.8 million. Or actually, I think bigger. I think the first place got 8.8 million. I think the prize pool was like 12 million, something like that. It was a big. This year almost broke records for the entries.
Wow.
Yeah. I could start naming big years in poker, but I don't think anyone's gonna care. So I'll skip it. Trust me, there's plenty more for us to talk about tonight. We had Clash at the Castle. I honestly didn't get to see that. We had AEW All Out, which was a great show. Then we had, who's talking about AEW All Out right now? Everyone's just talking about the media scrum, guys. That's it.
Yep, and Dynamite last night.
Absolutely, yeah, exactly. But before that, I want to get to something. I want to get to this. I want to get to EC3 telling a story about Velveteen Dream. That way we can kind of give a little levity to this whole fun situation that we're about to get into with CM Punk. So let me slide that picture over. By the way, Smark, that day, remember when I said I would hope our pictures were going over? They weren't that day.
Well,
No, I see this little tick right here. You got to slide to the right.
slide to the left.
Yep.
Cha-cha.
If you slide to the right, the picture goes with it. But yeah, I want to talk about this wonderful story with EC3 and Velveteen Dream. Now, you know, Smark, I believe, I don't know about Eric. I'm not going to obviously speak for Eric, but Smark, I know me and you have kind of almost defended Dream a little bit because there's really no evidence that he really did anything wrong. I ain't fucking defending him on this one. No. I'm done. Smark, have you heard this one?
I have heard this one, yes.
You have.
He's fond of bathroom time activities.
Yeah. I mean, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. It's when you do it without people knowing that's the bad part. I guess, I mean, obviously we know, last week I spoke about, or a couple weeks ago, we spoke about Dream being arrested twice in 1 week. And EC3 was on an interview with Sportskeeda and said EC3 accused Patrick Clark, that's Velveteen Dream Jr., of setting up a camera in his bathroom during a party so he could film people as they relieved themselves. I like the way he put that. He said, and I quote, "We had a party, and it was at my place. And he came over because I'm being friendly, and I'm, top guy, and I tried to welcome everybody into the thing. He left his phone in my bathroom with the camera on, trying to capture people taking pisses. He said when asked how he knew this was happening, EC3 said, "Because it's my bathroom. When I walked in there, I see a phone, selfie style, propped up, filming, where if anybody is going to take a pee, they would have their phallus out urinating into the water." He said he didn't confront Clark, but after seeing him go into the bathroom, after Clark exited, he didn't want to cause a scene and instead just told everyone to leave because he was going to bed. He said he later told other people that they were people that were friends of Clark the story just to kind of warn them. David Bixenspan and Sean Ross Sapp both said, "Yep, it's true. It's a long-standing rumor that none of us can confirm."
Yikes.
True then.
What?
I
Prove it.
can't confirm it that it's not necessarily true. Now, is it? I mean, it probably is, but still, you can't be like, "Well, we don't have any proof of that," but we've heard the rumor enough times.
Mm-hmm.
That's not really how that shit works. I wonder, honestly, if like, who knows? Like, there's a party, so theoretically, there's liquor involved. And yes, this is going to be my attempt to defend this man. So there's liquor involved. It's a party. Who knows what the fuck he was trying to do? Maybe he was trying to take a picture of his dick and he forgot to like take the phone back with him.
Are you really going there?
Yeah. I mean, I don't have any credibility anyway, so it's not like I have anything to lose.
I think there's only one thing we can do. I think someone needs to take this man's cell phone. A cell phone has gotten him in trouble more than once.
Yep.
I think as a society, we need to take this man's cell phone, turn that sumbitch sideways, shine it up real nice, stick it straight up his candy ass.
Yes. Oh, he's
Or-
not coming back in now.
Or we can just shut it off. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think
I mean, he's basically canceled.
He's been canceled, but I'm not defending him on this situation. Let me put that out there right now at all. But I mean, the guy did get a bad rap. He proved he was innocent.
Yeah.
He handed over his phone. No one that was innocent would just hand over their phone like, "Here you go."
Exactly.
And every time they tried to reintroduce this guy back into the fucking NXT crowd, Smark, me and you talked about it how many fucking times. It was like the gang jumped on Twitter, pedophile, 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 pedophile. Nothing you could do about it. And they just, I mean, we're in that age where if people want to make their voice known, they'll get a bunch of their friends will get a bunch of their friends, and that cycle will continue until they get what they want. And they got what they wanted. I mean, I don't know if he did it. If he did, that's horrible. What he, for if he did anything with the young kid, I personally don't think he did. They have a fucking 3-second clip. What school did you go to? Hey, Smark, what school did you go to?
feel comfortable answering that question.
Eric, what school did you go to?
North End.
Oh, Jesus Christ, he just fucking answers. My God, see what happens when you ask someone what school they went to? It's innocent and no one cares. But because they had him on a recording saying it, and it really didn't even sound like him. I would have liked to get an audiographer to check that audio.
Man, that would have been great if, like, back in the day. Well, I don't remember the guy's name. Maybe I had Jason Sensation, I think it was.
Uh-huh.
That could like do impressions of wrestlers, and like it'd be great if he was around now and he just like put out a bunch of like him doing shitty impressions and then like tried to imply that they were doing nefarious shit. But it's like, nah, this fucking Stone Cold just asked this kid to see his dick.
Well, I mean, he's already a little whacked out, that guy, so.
Yeah, we love him.
Well, he threatened to kill himself out of Raw, dude.
It's true. I understand. I've watched Raw before.
Oh my God, that wasn't laugh worthy, Smart. Yes, it
Hey,
was.
though, about this whole Velveteen Dream thing, though, like, if you're going to take like creepy videos of like people peeing, why would you leave your phone out like in the open where it was easily discoverable? Like, I feel like if you're gonna be a creep and a pervert, you're gonna like work harder to cover your tracks.
Well, he didn't.
Exactly.
He didn't say it was out in the open. He just said he saw the phone propped up in that position. He didn't say it was in the open where everyone could see it. I mean, I don't know about you, but I notice shit that's wrong in my bathroom. But if I walk into someone else's bathroom, dude, I usually look at the. I mean, I look at the fucking wall. I look at the toilet. I don't look around people's bath. I don't fucking do that. I go in. I take my piss. I'm usually half fucking drunk and fucking trying to stand up anyway. At a party.
Yeah. Actually, my thing too is I start trying to pee and then they tell me it's not a bathroom.
Hey, that's my mom's plant. Huh?
Homicide guy, well, didn't get in trouble for that, but apparently he was like at some guy's house and he like pissed all over his parents' like fucking closet. Not his own parents, but like whoever party was for.
Well, I mean, shit happens at parties. It does. I once ripped our pool with a vinyl liner in North Carolina, and we had to get a whole new liner, $5,000, at a party at my house for my sister. That's why you don't ride a bike into a pool multiple times.
The worst thing I ever did was just like the party was coming to an end, so I wasn't ready to stop drinking, and there was like half a bottle of rum, so I just like grabbed it and left. And it was not mine.
I love it. Dude,
it was just like a light felony, just a little bit of stealing.
I love that. That's great. That's the good stuff right there, buddy.
Well, it's even particularly more shitty because I went to the liquor store before the party. So I had like 3 bottles of liquor on me that I did not bring to the party, but nice. I took home an extra bottle of liquor anyway.
Well, I mean, extra's always good, especially with liquor. You can always use a little more. But I mean, I don't think he said that. Let me double check. Hold on. I still have the article up here. No, he said it was propped up in the selfie, basically selfie taking position. So no, he didn't say anybody else could have seen it. He just said it was in that position. He saw it. So I don't know. I mean, maybe someone else would have caught it. I don't know. Either way, it's fucking creepy. It's not something you do. It's actually illegal in some states. In some, it is illegal to record someone without their consent.
Yep.
Especially in someone else's house.
Especially in a bathroom.
You would have more rights in your own house doing it than in someone else's.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could at least say that it's in my bathroom for my protection. That's why it's in there. I don't know.
He was working for WWE at the time. If you would have just asked Carmella, she probably would have been down for that shit.
Huh.
You can just pee on me. I'm good. Oh, see, you should have called the Bellas.
You want the video? You want it on your chest? Whatever. I got you.
He should have called the Bellas. Didn't Tony Atlas say they like being peed on?
Mm-hmm.
See, that's probably why Brie loves.
God.
That's probably why Brie likes Daniel Bryan. They're all nature, and he just probably pees right on her.
Oh man.
But that's more like a topical ointment situation. There, it's supposed to be like healing shit.
See, Nikki got fake tits, and Brie gets pissed on.
Oh my god! Did you see? I can bring it up, but there's really no point. She got married. Nikki Bella got married, and they're doing like a 4-part series on E! About the wedding, and it is just the most absolutely fucking ridiculous thing in the world. Like, just nothing is sacred anymore. Everything has to be for fucking television or your social media following. It's annoying.
Yeah, I'm gonna skip that.
Yeah, it seems absolutely terrible, and it's like the name of the show is fucking Nikki Bella Says I Do, and it's like, Jesus Christ.
Well, I thought she was already married before. Apparently, it was just.
I don't know.
She's wanted to. I don't know.
She always wants to get married, or God, I don't know.
John Cena got married before her. He's the one that turned.
Oh, Brie's
John
been
Cena's
married.
the one that didn't even want to get married.
Yeah, Brie's been married forever, but No, Cena didn't want to get married or have kids, and I believe he's now married.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm
You got
gonna-
married? Yeah, married before Nikki.
I'm gonna laugh when that girl gets pregnant. It's gonna be great. Nikki's gonna have fumes coming out of her fucking eyes. So, all right. I mean, I think we all agree what he did was gross, and no, I don't think there's defending that. I think it's just nasty. I mean, literally.
Yeah.
I mean, you can fucking go online and see people peeing. I don't know why you got to film your people. I mean, a few girls, I get it. Mandy
He was
Rose
German.
walks in. All right, I understand.
Oh yeah, but I didn't know he was German. That's interesting.
Oh, there you go. But I also saw where, I mean, I don't know. It sounds like it was a lot of dudes at the party, because if you read, he's like, your phallus would be out. Basically, he was talking about your dick would be out right where the camera was pointed. Sounds like it was a bit of a sausage fest.
Pretty great, yeah. I was just having to try. I was trying to have my gay sex orgy, and this fucking pervert puts a camera in the bathroom.
Just fucking pre-workout and protein shakes for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, let's move on from that.
Because nobody was allowed to wear out clothes with pockets.
Oh. All right. All right, well, I guess we move on to this little media scrum. What do you think, guys?
Yes. Absolutely.
All right, so we had AEW All Out. Good show, good stuff, good things happen. And
I heard it was a title show.
it was. And then next thing you know, no one's talking about it anymore. And all anyone is talking about is CM Punk and Tony Khan at the media scrum. And here's Punk right here. I don't know why, but he decided to break out a 6-pack of, what was it, soda and food, and is eating at the media scrum. What was that?
I'm sorry, hold on a second. That's always fun to listen to. I think that's a sponsorship thing, because in the interview that happened after that, they still kept bringing out the sodas or sparkling water or whatever the fuck is in that can.
Oh, all right. Very nice. Very
Yeah,
nice.
because Tony Khan kept drinking it too.
Well,
I was like, is he drinking? Or what?
Well, Tony Khan had to calm
wondering
down.
what he was drinking.
Tony Khan had to calm down. Tony Khan had a few moments at this little media scrum that were odd, to say the least. No, they were odd. At one point, I'm going to play. I'll play the audio in just a second, but this was Tony Khan at one point, looking around after he had this rant about having more money than Jim Crockett. The man is crazy. I actually found a GIF of Tony Khan right before the show. Here it is. See that? That's Tony Khan right before the show. There he is, right there, guys. That's right there. Just poking a hole in a cup, getting it right up in the fucking all the nostrils, dude. Right up in there. Okay. No, not Tony Khan. No. Okay. I was having fun. Leave me alone. But this really was Tony Khan right there. Seriously. And I guess I'll play the audio real quick, guys. Here, give me one sec. Someone asked him about WWE holding their premium live event on the same weekend he did his show, and he just lost his fucking mind. So
I have a lot more fucking money than Jim Crockett did, and I'm serious. I'm not gonna sit back and take this fucking shit.
And then he gives you the eyes. Right after he says, I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit. All we get is fucking this right here. Who's going to fucking give me shit? Huh? Who's going to do it? Who's going to do it?
Take it. No, we ain't going to take it. Gonna take it anymore.
What?
He went crazy.
What is he doing about it? You know what? If he really wasn't going to take this shit, you know what he would have done? If he found out WWE was having their live event, whatever you want to fucking call it, on the same weekend, you know what he should have done? He should have fucking rock bottomed his price. I would have rock bottomed my fucking price. You know what? Fuck them. I don't need to make all this money because now people have to choose. Do they want to spend $9.99 or $50 on my pay-per-view? I would have made my motherfucking pay-per-view the same price as WWE's. There you go, folks. Now I'll match it. $9.99 for this one. But he didn't.
That's a good idea.
What else would you do? If
I didn't pay $50.
I mean, if you're that pissed and you're not going to fucking take it anymore, as fucking Smark was singing a little Twisted Sister for us, do something about it. Show you're fucking pissed. Don't just go into a fucking media scrum trying to be someone you're not. You're not Dana White. You're not even fucking Betty White or fucking Ron White. You're fucking not. You're neither. You need to just, you're a crazy, awkward old dude who has a lot of money. Listen, I'm an awkward dude too. I get it. But I don't understand why. What did he have to be there for? I know people want to ask him questions. He goes on Busted Open. He can answer questions there. Let your wrestlers get this fucking time. Let your guys get this time. There's no reason for him to be there.
Oh,
I feel like he went to be Dana White.
He does want to be Dana White. That was my thing. Exactly. That's who he wants to be. He's not. He's not. He never will be. Not even close. He's got way too much hair.
Yeah.
As you can see.
I feel like he's trying to make AEW like UFC.
Well, he's a big UFC fan. Smart, me and you have talked about how he's a big UFC fan, so we know that is what he would love to be. That's great.
Yeah, and he's good friends with Dana White, I think. But
Mm-hmm.
There was an event that he moved just because UFC was on that same Saturday.
Well, WWE moved it, and Tony Khan gave this whole snarky answer like, I'm with Dana White. He's having a good chuckle. But I hate to tell this to Tony Khan. Y'all weren't on the same night. You're on the same weekend. Really, it's not... What shit are you not going to take? I won't take any wrestling company being on when we are. What? What the fuck are you talking about, dude? They're on different nights. And
it was a good wrestling weekend.
And he had the actual fucking advantage of having the next day to be a holiday.
Yep.
So I don't know what Tony Khan was getting all flippy and flappy and... Well, I mean,
and his show
know
was
why.
last.
I mean,
so
obviously this is why.
Everything else was... He was basically the main event of the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, this is why right here, Tony Khan just sucking up the coke. I don't know. And okay, so there's Tony Khan. We got him out of the way. So I guess we got to get into Punk now.
Mm-hmm.
CM Punk, guys. I guess let's start here. It all started off with a few little quotes from CM Punk, and I we'll do this, and then I'll give my little opinion. My opinion might sound like a old fuddy-duddy, and you know that's all right. I got the young whippersnappers on here to counter my opinion, but anyway, the AEW's all over. We get the media scrum. Next thing you know, Punk just goes off. First of all, he starts going off on the locker room. Our locker room, for all the wisdom and brilliance it has, isn't worth a shit when it has an empty-headed idiot who's never done anything in the business do public interviews and say, I don't take advice. Who the fuck do you think you are? That's stupid. I'm on a team with Barry Bonds, Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa, and I say I don't need to work on my swing. I'm not going to listen to these guys on how to swing a baseball bat. Go fuck yourself. I dare you to fucking say that to Terry Funk's face. I don't need to listen to you, Mr. Funk. Fucking grow up. Okay, this was obviously about Hangman.
Adam Page.
Hangman saying he didn't really take advice from the older guys. I think it's stupid too. I really do.
Can I point out the irony of the fact that the straight edge guy named 3 baseball players that have all gotten popped for steroids?
Yep.
You're right. 3 of the most famous players that have been popped for it. You're right. You're right.
Yep.
That's a good point. So listen, I agree with what Punk said. In none of this am I saying what Punk said was wrong. Did it need to be said? Maybe. Did Punk need to be the one to say it? Probably not. Was that the time to go ahead and say it? Definitely not.
No.
Definitely not. But anyway, we'll get back into that. The second quote was, it's 2022. I haven't been friends. I was talking about Colt Cabana here. I've actually got some audio of that we'll play. He said, it's 2022. I haven't been friends with this guy since at least 2014, late 2013. The fact that I have to sit up here because we have irresponsible people who call themselves EVPs that couldn't manage a fucking target, who spread lies and bullshit and put into the media that I got someone fired when I have fuck all to do with him, want nothing to do with him, don't care where he works, where he doesn't work, where he eats, where he sleeps. The fact that I have to get up here and do this in 2022 is fucking embarrassing. I think what was fucking embarrassing is the fact that I don't know if you guys, Nick Houseman from, where's he from? I forget.
Toronto.
I don't know. Nick Houseman, a wrestling writer, journalist, whatever you want to call him, went up there and was about to ask Punk a question. Never got a word out. And Punk.
That is the fucking funniest part of this, because Brian Elfaz was talking about this because he called them out and to like do a little bit of a rebuttal. And that's how the press conference, media scrum, whatever starts, is CM Punk launching into this long tirade about how much he hates Colt Cabana. And Brian Alvarez is like, the question I've been getting from a lot of people is, what was the question that prompted this? And he pauses for a second and he goes, there was no question. No. Nobody asked anything.
No, he wouldn't let the fucking kid speak. He would not let him speak. He immediately berated the guy over his friendship or whatever it was with Scott Colton, as they called him, Colt Cabana. But he never even got to say anything. Literally, they jumped all over him. This was like holding a grudge. And Punk, I'm sorry, this was like he'd been waiting for this kid to stand up and was waiting for the day he could just do this to this kid. I think it's pretty shitty.
Yeah.
I mean, do you fancy yourself a journalist? I don't know. Do you fancy yourself a piece of shit? Because that's what you're being. So he never got to ask a question. Nick Houseman never did. Punk basically sat his ass down after that. He was embarrassed. And who cares if he's friends with somebody? Who cares? What does that make a difference?
What triggered the CM Punk to say all this?
I don't know. I mean, Hollywood reporters are friends with actors. What does that make a difference?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Smart.
The thing that kind of makes me laugh about all of this is, as it's going on, he's sitting there fucking just going to town on this muffin. And in the middle of this tirade, he plugs the bakery that he got the muffin from. And it's like, that is the absolute worst commercial for your product.
Well, do you remember the name?
I can find the name, but yeah, I think it was like Mary's Muffins.
Yeah, I know. He had a friend that they used to follow each other very heavily on Twitter. And I think that might be her. She was a beautiful girl, all tattooed up, and owned a bakery. So I think that was probably her. So there was one more quote that got him in trouble. I think this might have been the one that got him in a lot of trouble. If you're an EVP, you don't try to middle your top babyface. Try to get your niche audience that's the internet to hate him for some made-up bullshit. Really pisses me off. Stepping on your own dick. We're trying to fucking make money, sell out arenas, and these stupid guys think I'm there in the Reseda. Why would you do this? Why would you go after the guys that could probably get you fired literally if they wanted to?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
If you're going to go after them, do it privately.
Mindy's Bakery.
That's it. Yeah, that's her.
It's fucking amazing. He's just like, he launches into a 20-minute tirade about how much he hates Kogaman and how irresponsible these journalists are. He's like, Mindy's Muffins. They're closed Mondays and Tuesdays, but get you a muffin.
Well, I mean, you got to do it when you got to do it. Got to get the muffins out there, man. You have to. But I don't know, man. I really think that that was a bad move. And then right after that, we start getting reports that Fightful started reporting Young Bucks and Kenny Omega extremely pissed off about Punk's comments. Then we started getting reports, and we see Ace Steel go in the middle of the media scrum and whisper something to Tony. And Tony Khan had that look on his face again. He just fucking, what the fuck? And there was a fight backstage. There's a few stories of what happened during this fight.
Yep, two sides.
Well, there is two sides. There's one saying, according to multiple sources, there was a fight backstage. Punk starting things by swinging fists at Mac Jackson. Punk's trainer, friend, and AEW producer Ace Steel, threw a chair that hit Nick Jackson in the eye. And Chris Guy, or Steel, allegedly bit Kenny Omega and grabbed his hair.
Which is the most amazing thing. Because how do you go from throwing a chair, and I hope that somebody in the locker room yelled World Star after that. I pray to God. But how do you go from throwing a chair to biting and, most importantly, pulling another man's hair? I have been in fights. I have seen fights in person, on the internet. I have never seen a man grab another man by the hair. Like, it is fucking phenomenal that happened. Because you remember the plane ride from hell, and you had like a coked up Mr. Perfect fighting Brock Lesnar in an airplane, fucking 40,000 feet in the air. And there's just shit flying all over the place. People are scared that they're going to open the door, even though the flight attendant said that could not happen. Like, I would have paid money to see that fight. What this fight was, apparently, was a group of people who didn't know how to fight trying to fight.
Well, I mean, come on. CM Punk, I mean, we've all seen his MMA fights. They were pretty safe. These guys from being hurt. But, and then there were reports that the Bucks broke into the CM Punk's locker room, like, what the fuck? And Ace Steel's wife was there, and she was scared, and this whole thing broke out of control. And then Fightful Select put out a report saying the Bucks, sources close to the Elite say, the Bucks went to talk just like they were told to. The Bucks did not barge in, but opened the door, and before Mac Jackson could say anything, Punk started throwing punches at Matt's head, which probably felt like marshmallows landing on his back. Nick went to stop it. Ace Steel threw a chair at Nick. Kenny went to pick up and remove Larry from the situation because he was freaking out. And after Kenny got Larry out, Ace attacked and bit him. All parties kept shouting, Punk threatened legal action. That's the best part of this story.
Ace Steel bit him. Of all the dog was fine. And then fight in the fucking presence of a dog, and the dog doesn't bite, but your friend does.
Well,
what the fuck? Shit. And I that is a good move on Omega's behalf. It's like the first thing he does is like, all right, I'll make sure the dog's safe. It's like, fuck the rest of these guys. I agree with that, but like, keep the dog safe, man.
I mean, yeah, definitely keep the dog safe. I mean, fuck everybody else. Screw those people. They don't mean shit.
He's just like hanging out with the dog like this fucking Scooby-Doo.
Hey, why not, man? I would.
Well,
I would. So, anyway, so we've got that there. And so after all this goes down, we start hearing stuff. And, all right, you know what? I guess, I'm not going to play the Punk audio. I'm actually don't really need I don't want a copyright strike this week. So we're not going to play that. That's fine. But, so there was supposed to be this whole Zoom call yesterday at 4:00, and we didn't know what it was for. We saw this nice little post, and finally, basically the Zoom call was to suspend everybody. Basically, that's exactly what it was for. A bunch of suspensions were handed out yesterday. First of all, the Elite, all three of them, all suspended for this. Pat Buck, suspended. That's right, folks. Well, here we go. The Elite, Pat Buck, suspended. Christopher Daniels, suspended. Michael Nakazawa.
I didn't even know he was in the scrum.
No one did. Michael Nakazawa. Look how happy he looked. Does he look happy or what?
Does look happy.
Michael Nakazawa. Brandon Cutler. That's the only picture I could find of him that wasn't embarrassing. And, of course, CM Punk and Ace Steel are both also suspended. Now, there's rumors that CM Punk may not even come back after this. He did tear his pec and is out for right around 8 months during this fight. So I guess this is where I kind of go into my possibly old man rant. I don't know. Here's my thing. See Tony Khan here? He's got the belt there. I mean, you can only think in his mind this guy is going, my God, this is going to be a great run, an absolutely great run. This guy is going to come here. He's going to make me so much money with this run. I can see merchandise selling. I can see this. I can see that. And then this guy goes, for the second time he's had this title, 2 times. First time he got the title, he did something fucking stupid. They had to take it off of him. Second time, he did something stupid. They've got it now. Now it's not even interim. They stripped him of the fucking title. So this is 2 title runs that Tony has probably put money into. And let's face it, fans invest time too. So now this is the second time that Punk has let down Tony Khan and the fans. And probably missed out on a lot of money for the company, Tony Khan, and himself. This is, in my opinion, this media scrum was the self-destruction of CM Punk.
Yep. I thought Punk got hurt in the match, from what I heard.
I see a lot of division on this. A lot of people are with Punk. A lot of people are against Punk. It's kind of 50-50. Again, I'm not saying what Punk said was wrong. It wasn't. Punk had the right to say it. We all know him. The free speech. He can say whatever the fuck he wants.
Yep.
But if you're a professional, you don't air dirty laundry. You don't air fucking dirty laundry. You want to do a fucking Sports Kita interview and talk that shit? That's a little different. Don't do it right beside Tony Khan. Now Tony Khan is left. I'll tell you what, if I was Tony Khan, you would not have made it to the fucking backstage. You would have been fired before the fucking scrum was over. I don't know.
It was a pretty curious watching him in the scrum because Punk goes off about the Young Bucks, and then he like calms down, and somebody asked, one of the reporters asked Tony Khan about it. You can't really hear exactly what the question was because it was a little bit muffled, the audio. And Tony Khan, I don't want to talk about it. And then Punk goes, I want to talk about it. And then he just goes right back to bashing the Bucks. Like, it had to have been so fucking uncomfortable to be in Tony Khan's position there. Because all you're trying to do is just enjoy your cocaine. And you have this fucking lunatic yelling at the top of his lungs about how much he hates everyone else that he works with.
And I mean, listen, this isn't the first, time Punk has done something like this. He's kind of just a bitter piece of shit. And
yeah,
it's known. He's a bitter piece of shit. He does this. I mean, I don't know if he was going for another pipe bomb promo. This isn't it. This wasn't it. This was literally biting the fucking hand that feeds you. Again, I don't care that he did it. I'm not offended. I'm not upset. It doesn't matter to me. I just think that he just robbed the fans of yet another fucking title reign. He's divided wrestling fans once again. I don't think any of this is
Good.
I mean, listen, I know a lot of people are like, that fucking needed to be said. Hell yeah, I'm Team Punk. Listen, I am too. I just think he might have maybe thought about the consequences a
wrong
little
way.
bit. Go ahead, Art.
I was gonna say, I thought Punk was injured during the match, from what I heard, what I saw. Not from what I saw, what I read.
Oh no, they said he was injured
that.
during the fight. That's what I read, which doesn't surprise me. It seems like Punk, as soon as he moves his feet, he fucking hurts himself.
Yeah, so I've heard he got hurt in the actual match against Moxley.
Possible. Smark, what did you see?
I've seen both, so it's kind of hard to tell. I heard that he injured himself during the match. I heard that he got injured during the fight. Probably if he had an injury during the match, getting into a fight afterwards probably helped
Made
him
it worse.
that at the very least.
Well, he's trying to be Cody Rhodes. Trying to be Cody Rhodes. You know, Cody did it. He can do it.
He got the same injury as Cody, right? No.
Do what?
Did he have the same injury as Cody?
Yeah. Cody tore his back.
Torn bicep.
Yep. Toady core his pec too.
Yeah.
Toady core his pec. Yeah. Toady core.
It's fucking Toady core, bro.
That is so Toady core, dude.
I just think Punk could have handled this a different way.
Oh, well, I mean, everyone could have handled this a different way. Punk could have handled this a different way. The Young Bucks, you know what? I'm not putting all this on Punk, by the way. I'm not, because let me tell you something else. The Young Bucks acted just as unprofessional as Punk did. Two fucking wrongs don't fucking make a right. So I'm not putting all this on
and
Punk.
Omega, too.
Yeah, all this unprofessionalism doesn't sit on just Punk. This sits on the Young Bucks, too. What, and I guess Ace Steel gets a little bit of it too. The other guys, from what I hear, were just trying to break up the fight. Which, I mean, let's face it, this isn't like people act like this is the first fight we've heard backstage. Brett and Shawn.
No.
Triple H and Brock. Jericho and fucking Brock. We've heard of many fights. Matter of fact, you're talking about pulling hair, Smark. Bret Hart and Shawn. Rumor is, what was it? Shawn walked in with a clump of his hair. Brett ripped out. I would have paid to see that fight too, by the way.
How about the fight on the plane?
That's what Smark was talking about, yeah. So we've heard tons of, fighting happening. I mean, it's going to happen when you get guys back there that are in even simulated violence is still fucking violence.
I love the mental image of that, though. Like Brett and Shawn just like fighting each other and just pulling at each other's hair. And like Linda walks up behind him and just goes, "You little bitches."
Well, they are little bitches.
Like they're doing the fucking full on like their actual fighting is like a fucking Divas match from 2004. That's fucking wild.
It is fucking wild, man. I don't know, man. I'm not going to say I'm torn because I'm really not. Like I said, I don't care what Punk said. Did it need to be said? Probably. Was that the fucking venue and the place and the time to say it? I personally don't think so. But like I said, I feel more bad for the fans because this is the second time we expected him to come in, have a great title run, and that's what Tony's expecting. I'm sure, like I said, Tony, I'm sure, is seeing fucking dollar signs with CM Punk as his champion. Now, once again, on the back burner, if Punk comes back, if he does, Punky gets burnt out after something like this happens. So he may not come back, but now, like I said, you're sitting there and first time he did a fucking stage dive into the audience, fucked up his foot. This time, one way or another, either in the match or if he hurt it in the fight, that's worse. That would be another dumb fucking thing he did. 2 title runs down the fucking toilet. Floosh.
Yep.
Floosh. Like a big turd.
Do you think he's going to come back? 8 months gives us about around double or nothing, I think.
I think he might. I swear to God, if I was Tony Khan, I would tell him, you come back, your attitude changes, you do that again, you are immediately fired. I don't know if Tony's got the balls to do that. I don't know if I would standing in front of CM Punk, but that's what someone needs to tell the guy.
I'm not going to beat your ass. We've seen him fight.
Well, very true.
I'm not popping off at the mouth at Ming, but I don't know if I'm afraid of CM Punk.
Oh, I'm not scared. It's just,
Tony Khan's telling him he needs to watch his attitude, and meanwhile he's just sort of putting his hands out in front of Punk's fist as he just very slowly throws them towards him. It's see, this is what I'm talking about. You are very lightly trying to punch me right now.
Tony Khan's wearing headgear, and
he's doing how you do with children, where you just put your hand on top of their head so that they can't actually reach you.
He's got mouth gear and headgear in, and he's trying to talk to Punk. Yes, Punk, you need to change your attitude, okay?
Like the full-on fucking Michael Cole singlet at WrestleMania.
Yes, like old school Claudio with his teeth fucked up. Yeah, man, that's I don't know. I like I said, listen, it's been the biggest news of the week. I understand why. I got to tell you, I'm a little surprised Tony Khan did these suspensions. Unfortunately, it took a lot of the focus off of the fact that we got MJF returning, winning the chip, the Casino Battle Royal, and returning, which it really overshadowed that. And listen, I think a lot of people were expecting MJF and CM Punk. The fucking promos. Holy shit, dude. The fucking promos. Nope. Now we got a tournament. I want Daniel Bryan to win it. Bryan Danielson. Excuse me.
Yeah, me too.
Or I'm sure Moxley's going to win it, but whatever. I'm pretty sure.
Two things real quick. I pointed this out 2 weeks ago when they did the Moxley CM Punk match, and now I think it's even funnier. They were taking pre-orders for a CM Punk 1 year anniversary hockey jersey during that match. So I wonder what's going to happen with those. I wonder if they're going to still move that merch. I would buy that now because it's probably going to be worth money later, because probably not going to be there for too much longer.
Oh yeah, I'd buy that for $1.
Also, it's wild to think about, 2.5 to 3 months ago, if I would have told you that WWE right now would look like a more efficiently ran company. They make more money for sure, but if I would have told you that it would have been a far less drama-free place at this point in time, you would not have believed me. Here's where we are. Because we had, even outside of all the shit that happened with Punk and the Young Bucks and all of that stuff, as this is going on, somebody's putting, I think it was Sean Ross Sapp was talking about how the rumors about Thunder Rosa asking for her release is not true.
Right.
And had the whole did Thunder Rosa hide from Jamie Hayter in the bathroom rumor? That was a fucking thing. You had Eddie Kingston getting suspended for trying to beat up Sammy Guevara. This is all in the span of less than a month. This is 2 or 3 weeks all together.
Yeah.
And then Malachi Black just got released.
Oh yes, very quietly. He's fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yeah,
But I think he got released because of mental health.
Oh, Malachi?
Yeah.
He said there were some personal reasons and personal problems he was going through. He didn't say he needed a break. He said there were some personal issues, and even Solid Monster and a few people I've heard mention it and say that he did definitely say that it wasn't anything to do with an injury, anything like that. I guess it could be an injury. Maybe he doesn't want to tell Tony, but I wouldn't think so. And you know what? He may be back. I know he had a long time. There's no actual confirmation that he got his release, so really,
there's no confirmation about that? I thought there was some...
No, okay. He could be taking a break. He just could be taking a little break.
Yeah.
Tony's giving people time off, plenty of time off. Look at MJF. He just had fucking 6 months off.
Exactly.
So, I don't know. Anything can happen, but I don't know, man. It's like I said, it's been the biggest news with everything, and it overshadowed MJF coming back, which never should have happened. And I don't, I know a lot of people say, hey, I don't care if it's good news or bad news. Just talk about me. I don't care. I don't think so, man. I really don't think that's the way this should work. I just feel Punk fucked up here. And I think the suspension should tell him that. Now, Eric, you asked, does he come back? I really don't know, man. Like I said, he gets burnt out. He gets pissed off after shit like this. And I think he thought he would easily get away with this. And I don't think he thought Tony Khan would do jack shit. I think he thought Tony Khan would sit there, take it, like he fucking did the MJF fucking beating. And I really feel that's what he thought. He was just going to take it. Tony Khan wasn't going to say shit.
Yeah, I think there was too much PR, and that's for TK not to do anything.
Yeah, I don't know. Smart.
I think he was under so much pressure from the locker room to do something.
Oh.
The morale of the locker room.
Oh, this is great for morale, starting a fucking fight backstage. That's great for morale backstage. That'll do it. Yeah. Hey, the beatings will continue until morale improves. Right, Smark?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I mean, I sort of see where Punk's coming from, and to some degree, because he was talking about basically. You were saying that the injury that he had, that you mentioned, basically what happened when he tried stage diving, which, as you are right, that is a dumb thing to do. But basically, he said it was the worst injury that he ever had, and that he had to work super duper hard to get back to being able to recover and wrestle and all of that, getting back to where he was before the injury. And he had mentioned kind of being the top guy and the sort of weight that carries, and doing everything he can to be the top guy in the company, lead the company, make people money, so on and so forth. He was under a lot of stress, as he was saying, and he felt like, if you listen to the whole thing, basically he was accusing the Young Bucks of like being the source of information for like Wrestling Observer, essentially. Meltzer, Alvarez, that kind of thing, basically just being stooges. Was what he was implying. So he was mad that he, in his mind, that the Bucks, whether it's true or not, who knows, that the Bucks were like stooging him off. He was mad about the Hangman thing because I guess he perceived that to be like an actual attack on him as a person, not his character. So he's out here in his mind, like busting his ass, trying to recover from injury, trying to be a top guy, trying to lead the company. And you have his coworkers are out there like leaking shit to the press that he's allegedly trying to get people fired or trying to get like co-commanded demoted. And then you have, the sort of all the drama and stuff that has been leading to, or that has stemmed from that rather. So like he was absolutely furious. And that has always been something, like if you go, he mentioned it in the interview in the media scrum, but if you even go back and watch that DVD that they put out for him, he's always wanted to be a top guy. He's always wanted to be the top guy. He finally got that opportunity, and it basically blew up in his face, and he was just extremely frustrated about that. Because he even mentioned during the media scrum that, when he was in WWE, that he always tried to carry himself like he was a top guy. So in his mind, he's trying to be the top guy, and he's trying to do everything that he can, and people are trying to, that he works with are trying to cut him off at the pass. They're trying to put out all this negative stuff about him in the media, and they're talking shit about him as a person on television. I'm not saying that I stick up for him or that I stick up for the Bucks. I don't know any of these people, so who fucking knows what exactly went on, what was said, so on and so forth. But that seemed to be his frame of, logic going into all of this, was that basically everybody was like trying to screw him over.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, everyone's always after CM Punk, right? Everyone's after Punk. And yeah, I see that I think, King of Hueco Mundo. What's going on, Kang? Look at that. We have another King. We have a King, too.
The King?
Britain's not the only one getting a King. We got a fucking King right here. Talking about the whole thing with Bobby Fish and everything. But we'll get to that in a minute. CM Punk, that's great. As far as the Bucks stooging to Dave Meltzer, geez, duh. Who the fuck didn't know they've been doing that? They love the guy. They named their finishing move after him. Hello. Is this a surprise? I mean, wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up. And as far as, I always wanted to do this and I always wanted to do this. Yeah, I get it. You should. That's kind of your job. I hate to tell you. Way to go for doing your job, Punk. What does he want? Fucking handshakes? Cookies? Vegan muffins?
I think Punk thought after 7 years he's just gonna be everybody's just gonna like him again.
I'm sorry, I got Smarks. Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, I mean you said muffins.
Smark pop for the vegan muffins. Okay.
That's right.
Well, can't put bacon in those muffins.
I mean, to be fair, had me at muff.
Forget the fin.
Mm-hmm.
So, look, this was a pretty interesting little thing that happened. But listen, like I said, a lot of fucking people have had plenty of fights before. Shit's gone down. This isn't the first one. People are making it like it's the first fight. No, it's not even the first bullshit we've heard of in AEW. This locker room seems like it's out of control. Tony needs to fucking crack a whip or get a whip or fucking, I don't know, maybe he needs to do something, but the locker room's out of fucking control.
I'm hoping that this suspension's because now Punk is out. The Young Bucks and Omega are out. Maybe this helps the morale in the locker room.
Well, I'll say the MVP who was reportedly supposed to be taking a break would be Jon Moxley. He was supposed to be taking a break after that last match, and looks like he's back. He cut an amazing... I fucking saw that goddamn promo. That was a great fucking promo he cut.
Oh, that was fantastic.
That guy is just fucking awesome. But I guess we can bring this up real quick since King's bringing it up. That Bobby Fish, his contract has run out of time with AEW, and he's not really sure what he's going to do. They talking about bringing in Roderick Strong. Please, Lord God, no. What for? What? Why?
They don't need any more people.
Well, they sure as hell don't need fucking Roderick Strong's bitch ass there.
Yeah.
Oh,
I heard Bobby might go back to NXT.
Sorry about that, everybody. Didn't mean to say that out loud.
I was gonna say you've grown completely like a lot more unfond of Roderick Strong as time's gone by. At first, it just started off with him being boring. You know, you're like, "Man, fuck this motherfucker."
Well, he is boring. That I can definitely say. He's fucking boring. He is. He's unintimidating. He is more unintimidating than QT Marshall. I'll tell you that right there. And QT Marshall, that guy could walk up to me in a fucking dark alley and I'd laugh at him.
Oh, that's a great gimmick though, because we've already had like the world's greatest tag team. You just have like QT Marshall and Roderick Strong, like the world's lamest tag team.
Oh my god, dude! Literally, you'd have suicides. Soon as they came on television, you'd probably have 5 suicides right there.
Just imagine fucking Roderick Strong, QT Marshall feuding with Chaos Project. It would be literally the worst feud of all time.
It would be.
Yeah.
It would be. That would be fucking horrible. That would be absolutely fucking horrible.
Doc, they're trying to wrestle.
Yeah, that would. King says we're gonna see Black. Well, I guess when we were talking about Malachi, he says I forgot to pull the chat up, guys. He said we're gonna see him on Raw. I think he meant SmackDown, like nothing happened on TV. I don't think so. I don't think that's gonna happen.
No. His contract, I don't think he's allowed to compete or something.
Oh, he has like 4 years left on his contract, so he ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
He's not going nowhere. So I'm not that worried about that. I'm just kind of scrolling back through the chat. Man, I missed a good chat tonight, god damn it.
So you said that Tony cracked the whip, and I just dressed as like one of the guys from Devo.
Whip it good.
Cocaine residue on either nostril and the fucking red hat.
Crack that whip. Great song, man. I love that song.
Mm-hmm.
I can't name you another song they sang, but that song right there was fucking huge for them. Those fucking flower pots, dude. Hell yeah.
Uncontrollable Urge.
Yep. Absolutely. That is another song by them, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I've actually remember the words or anything, but yeah, I think that is. So
It's just a lot of gibberish. It's like do 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 do.
interesting. Gibberish.
Well, first off, they're like, yeah, and there's just a lot of like yeahs and yelling.
Well, speaking of, well, all right, King's saying FTW better get the AEW tag belts. Do they need them? Really? Do they?
I don't. I'm glad that you mentioned tag belts because I think actually when they're doing that Arthur Ashe show, they're gonna have a rematch from the pay-per-view of. I don't want to say their fucking tag team name because I think it's awful. Keith Lee and Strickland Swerve. It's going to be wrestling the Acclaimed. There's going to be a rematch. And based on their crowd reception, I wouldn't be surprised if the Acclaimed won that one. But I say that because it's funny. One of the greatest things after CM Punk went on the 20-minute tangent of just, I hate everyone that I work with. Fuck all of you guys. Kiss my ass.
Yep.
The next person that comes out that's like scheduled after this, after Punk goes out, is Keith Lee, which is fucking amazing because there's it is a total tonal change of just like the fucking most elegant speaking person on the roster after just like a hate-filled diatribe, and it's fucking beautiful.
That is.
But one of the reporters. And what's great about this is they're trying to do this in kayfabe now after Punk spent 20 minutes real life shitting on everyone that he works with. They're trying to do the rest of this media scrum in kayfabe. And a guy asked Tony Khan if he thought about doing an audible with a booking decision. And Tony sidesteps that and he's like, well, I don't really want to talk about ownership decisions. I want to talk about this match. So if you could address the wrestlers. And I swear to God, the guy who asked the question says, all right, I will want to address this to Swerve and Keith Lee. Did you think that an audible was going to be called? He asked about the booking again. I don't know who it was, but that guy's my fucking hero because he's like, yeah, did you guys think that Tony Khan was going to book them to win? And it's like, you completely missed the fucking point, sir.
Well, the crowd really fucking wanted the Acclaim to win that match. And, there you go. Stephen Butler, what's up, Stephen? Says Devo did a remake of the Stones' Satisfaction. I didn't know that. I'm going to have to listen to that. That I'm going to have to check out. That I will have to check out.
I think that Acclaim are going to win at Grand Slam. I mean, they're from New York, so.
Oh, who cares if they're from New York? Please.
Oh, my.
No one cares. God damn it. But anyway, Tony Khan paid a lot for the MJ. I'm sure he did pay a lot for that MJF. And I don't know if. I don't know. I mean, if we talked to Keith Richards, maybe he made a great deal. Because, it's Keith Richards. I don't know.
I think they have something in common.
Yeah. Lots of drugs. Allegedly for Tony Khan. Keith Lee will at least, or Keith Richards will at least step up and admit it. I was saying that Keith Lee and Swerve's name, I think it was last week, I was saying that it sounds like an insult. Like if someone's all swerving up in your glory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're all up in your Kool-Aid.
Sounds like they were trying to really fuck you up. Like, what was he doing? He was just all swerving up in my glory. I decided he was a little bitch for it, and I punched his fucking mouth. You don't swerve in my fucking glory. That's a fucked up thing to do.
I don't understand how they get worse at naming tag teams as they go on as a company.
They really do. It is getting worse. That's awful. I mean, what was it? Proud and Powerful. Awful fucking name. I don't know. I can't really think of many more. Oh, I think the new name for Bear Country is worse.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? Iron Shitters or something?
Yes, Iron Shitters.
I would like that name. Okay.
It's like the Country Bear Jamboree. Like they're fucking animatronic Chuck E. Cheese creatures that come out and sing for kids' birthdays.
I'm down with it, dude. That's good money. That's good money.
I'm gonna look it up because we talked about it 2 weeks ago.
Iron
and it was
Savages. Iron Savages.
It's Iron Savages.
Was it Iron Savages? Yeah, I like mine better. Iron Fuckwads. How's that one?
I'm partial to Iron Butterflies.
Iron Butterfly. There you go.
You fucking license in a God and Davida. Just have them do the entire song as the entrance.
Just stick them right in the front yard.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. A lot of places around here that sell those butterflies, dragonflies, and all kinds of things made out of metal. All right. Let's see. King says, not going to lie, Tony Khan did take control fast of the situation and fix minor details on a 2-hour show. Tony Khan did, well, he didn't. I wouldn't say he took care of it fast. He had a couple days to do it before Dynamite happened. And I'm got a feeling this wasn't all Tony. I'm sure Tony had a few people in his ear telling him how he needs to handle this.
Yeah.
I'll almost bet you he didn't want to. I'll bet you he did not want to suspend CM Punk. I bet you he did not want to suspend the Young Bucks. He had to strip them of their trios titles. So Young Bucks and the Elite, Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. So it's like, yes. I'm sure he didn't want to do some of the things he had to do. Now he's got to have tournaments. We all say they have too many fucking tournaments. Now he's got to do this. Now he's got. I mean. This was a fucking hassle. And once again, I'll say it again, CM Punk fucked it up for everybody.
The center of it.
He fucked it up for everybody. One bad apple spoils the bunch. CM Punk's a bad fucking apple, dude.
Did you notice when Dynamite started yesterday and Tony Khan came on, people booed? I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
They booed.
They booed him.
And, yeah, they did. And when he announced that the titles were being vacated, people cheered. Mainly just, I guess, based on the idea of Punk getting stripped of the titles, maybe not so much the trios title being vacated, but there was still a very loud and very audible cheer.
Oh, I mean, like I said, dude, it's a 50-50. Not everyone is going to. Some people were probably hoping he was going to do something with Punk. Some people were hoping he wasn't, I'm sure. You can't praise someone.
I didn't really. I was like, I think he should. I think they should have been stripped and suspended. But we know the Young Bucks and Omega are going back. But
they'll definitely go back there, absolutely. But trust me, like I said, I'm sure he didn't want to suspend any of them. I mean, who gives a shit about Pat Buck and the other guys being suspended? Brandon Cutler, Jesus Christ, this would be a good excuse for you to fucking get rid of him. I mean, what are you paying this guy to do? Spray the Young Bucks?
Listen, you can't just get anybody to job on Dark Elevation.
Oh, he actually wrestles? I thought he just sprayed the Young Bucks.
Allegedly. I've seen him wrestle like once or twice in the last year or so.
Yeah, if the Young Bucks need someone to spray them, I think you could hire a fucking dog. Get this fucking... Who gives a fuck about Brian Cutler? Suspended. Fucking just tell him to go home. Stay home. Why don't you just stay home? No one gives a fuck. I'm sorry.
Well, there you go.
I'm sorry. The whole Punk thing it halfway angered me. Like I said, I'm not offended.
Yeah.
I think he fucked over the fans. I think he fucked over the fans twice. How many times are you fans going to keep defending this guy? He's fucked us over twice. Yeah, Punk's the voice of the voiceless. No, he's the voice of the fucking spineless. That's what he is. If they don't have the fucking balls to stand up, Punk shouldn't have to be the fucking one to do it. Sorry.
Exactly.
I'm done.
I did find it kind of relatable. It was just like, the people I work with are a bunch of young dumbasses. Just like bitter. He's like, I'm in pain. I'm tired. I'm old. These guys, I work with idiots. And it's just like, he's just become officially like grumpy old man Punk now. Like how we had like fucking grumpy old man JR for a while there. Now we've got, grumpy old man Punk.
I kind of know where Punk's coming from.
Yeah, I mean, it's a relatable quote.
It's very relatable. It's very relatable.
Yeah.
So
I mean, let's say Punk comes back. They don't give him the world title again, do they?
Of course, well, they're not going to just hand it back to him, but he'd be right back in the picture.
No, they're not going to hand it to him, but
not
they're
immediately.
not going to.
Oh, he'd be right back in the picture.
At
I
home.
have no doubt in my mind he'd be right back in the right back in the title hunt, without a doubt in my mind.
You know what does seem a little tone deaf, though, and I didn't get a chance to complain about it when it happened, so it's just, I guess, my way of doing it now. You were talking about doing the tournament, and they put up the bracket for the tournament. This whole tournament was built on Punk being stripped of his title because of a whole bunch of, him getting injured, the whole drama, people getting suspended. All of this was born off of backstage drama.
Yep.
And ironically enough, one of the people in the tournament is Sammy Guevara.
Adam Page.
Seemed like and Adam Page, yes. But it seemed like a big misstep of you just got done. He caused problems in and of his own by talking shit. At times he ought not talk shit. And then he's in the title tournament that was born off of ill will, drama, and fighting that caused people to get suspended.
Right. And Steve
But
Butler,
I'll say this about Adam Page. He didn't get into any fights. He was just in some verbal argument or whatever.
Yeah.
But so.
Which, whatever. It's still fucking childish shit. Now, Stephen Butler's saying 3 against 1's not a fair fight. If Punk believed he was about to be getting his ass kicked, which would have been very simple for Punk to get his ass kicked, I don't blame him for throwing the first punch. I don't blame him either. But, I put the unprofessionalism on Punk and the Young Bucks. I put it on both of them. Equally unprofessional.
And Omega. Was Omega in the fight?
I mean, from what it looks like, Omega took the brunt of it. He got bit. He got punched. Fucking Ace Steel fucked up Omega, and
he just came back from an injury himself.
Mm-hmm. I was just trying to get the dog, and he was eating left and right.
I mean, sounds like Omega took a little beating. So I don't know. I mean, listen, just because the Bucks might have been pissed, I don't know if he was. Listen, Kenny Omega hasn't been in there in that capacity for a while, so he might not have been talking about Omega. He just said the EVPs. I don't think Omega's an EVP. I think he's something else. Is he?
Okay.
I think he was. I think it was Cody and the Bucks were supposed to be the EVPs.
He's in charge of the women's division or something, right? Or international.
Dubious claim.
Yeah.
If I was in the division, I think I would just not tell people I was in charge of the women's division. It hasn't been going well for them.
No.
Maybe Vince Russo.
I would say, I have to say that I'm glad they made Tony Storm the interim champion. It did something right there.
Well, yeah, thank God they didn't do interim. I think a lot of people are starting to complain about these fucking interim champions. It's bullshit, dude. Again, he's not fucking Dana White. This is not UFC. You're not mixed martial arts. You're a fucking wrestling company. Act like a fucking wrestling company. Stop with this shit already. You don't need fucking interim titles. You don't need a fucking ranking system. You don't need fucking media scrums. Stop already. Just fucking wrestle. Sorry.
No, I agree. I mean, the media scrums are kind of fun now because what happened, but
well, not all going to be.
Interim titles should be stripped. No more interim titles.
No.
Tony Storm should be the tournament champion, and then Thunder Rosa comes back, and you have another match.
Oh shit! Let's see, Christopher Kane. Who's going to beg WWE for a job first, Punk or Dream? Dream ain't got a shot. I'm sorry. They're saying that any talks that were even talked about with Velveteen Dream getting a job back in WWE were scrapped last week when he was arrested twice. Punk?
That's not happening.
Punk is not a Triple H guy, and Triple H is not a Punk guy.
Right.
They are not. A lot of the stuff they said in that little promo where they were going back and forth, where Punk or Triple H was like, "You don't drink or do drugs. Neither do I. I just don't brag about it." They are not
buddy
friends, buddy. Exactly. I don't see that happening. The Young Bucks are not going to WWE.
You think the Young Bucks relationship is bad?
They're not going to WWE.
They're not.
None of these guys.
His relationship with Triple H is bad.
No, none of these guys are going back to WWE at this point. None of them. I don't see any of them begging WWE for a job.
No, not even. No. why would Triple H want after this? After all this, why would they take him? Why would they take him?
No, and I mean Pat Buck just left there.
Yeah, that was another weird part about the CM Punk media scrum. Is in the midst of him just like he's shitting all over the Bucks, he's shitting all over Cole Cabana, he's shitting all over Hangman Page. Like right in the middle of that, he's talking about like the young guys in the locker room that have potential. And he spent like 2 or 3 minutes talking about how much he loves Adam Cole. Like that was the only person that he did not say that he hated with like the power of 1,000 suns.
Well, the former WWE guy, he probably likes John, Moxley and Danielson.
I mean, he is friends with Moxley and Renee, right? Or they kind of
Yeah, they're
and
all
Brian.
friends. They're all friends. But real quick, speaking of this is not going to be a very long. We don't spend a lot of time on this. But speaking of begging WWE for a job, Triple H has picked up even more responsibility. On Monday, Triple H announced that he had been elevated to Chief Content Officer also. So since right now they've had basically a 15% spike in Raw viewership, and they're doing very well. So with Triple H kind of getting this little bump right now, which I know some of this is curiosity. I think a lot of us know it's just kind of a honeymoon phase with Triple H, a courting phase, whatever you want to call it, new car smell if you want to say that. But I really think that he's really taken on a lot more responsibility. I think eventually he's going to have to start letting some of this go. Really, I do.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's the same thing with TK, where TK is taking on so much responsibility himself. And look what happened.
Yeah, look what happened. Max Caster ended up doing a rap. Jesus. And your locker room is out of fucking control. But, hey, great for Triple H. He keeps just getting more shit thrown on him to do. And, man, I'll tell you, that much responsibility in a billion-dollar company, I would not even want to fucking imagine the pressure this guy is under.
Yeah, especially now with AEW where it is right now.
Oh, I wouldn't even want to. I would not want the pressure. Better him than me, guys. Better him than me.
Yeah.
TK
and Triple H, you don't want to be in either one of those shoes right now. You got the pressure of both of them have tons of pressure right now.
SBC says he hopes Triple H brings back the Brooklyn Brawler and Rene Dupree.
What a combo.
I'll take one out of two of those. I'll take Rene Dupree back. Brooklyn Brawler. What the fuck is wrong with you, dude?
Oh.
What's wrong with you?
Is Brooklyn Brawler any worse than like QT Marshall? They're basically the same person.
No. Brooklyn Brawler entertained me. I enjoyed Brooklyn Brawler. QT Marshall makes me want to I would rather
pull my hair out.
I would rather gag myself in the bathroom and puke, and then watch QT Marshall try to be intimidating.
Yeah. He was a part of the infamous "Push It and Pull It" song by Kamala. He had some rather interesting things to say about the Brooklyn Brawler and Pat Patterson.
Did have a few interesting things to say, and I'm not going to play that because we will get fucking a copyright strike and kicked off this motherfucker.
That'd be a hell of.
I didn't know if you guys wanted to talk about it, but the one and only Braun Strowman came back on Raw.
Oh, that's right. I mean, guys,
I'm not a fan of Braun, so I don't give a shit.
Well,
but
listen,
that makes Spox.
Well, if you're gonna control your narrative, what better place to do it than the place that completely completely clones you, basically, and leaves you as a shell of yourself? What better place to control your narrative better than WWE? I think it's great. I laughed, dude. When I saw they even had interest in bringing him back, I'm like, why?
Exactly.
Why?
I don't understand it.
Imagine how shitty it had to have been working for Control Your Narrative If Braun Strowman jumped at the opportunity to work for the place that made him make train engine noises at work.
Something, dude. All I know is I was baffled when I saw I said they're looking for Braun. I could see him bringing back EC3 over Braun Strowman, but I guess they are missing a few big guys and wanted a big guy back. I mean, I don't know.
I don't get the why. I don't care about Strowman. I think he's a piece of crap. But that's
Well, I mean, the only time I really had a issue with Braun is when he said that bullshit about how, oh, fuck, look at me, I was living in my car, these fucking bunch of indie some bitches out there doing dives, fuck them, I didn't do that shit. Well, that's because you're fucking 6 foot fucking huge and fucking 290 some pounds. Not all of us are lucky.
exactly.
Not all of us are that lucky. Sorry, Braun.
It was
I
pretty
think
great. He shit all over the independent scene, and then less than 2 years, he was on the independent scene. That was pretty good.
Exactly.
Dude, I would have been happier if they brought back Eva Marie.
Okay.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Eva Marie would have been a better return at this point. I'd be like, hell yeah, eye candy.
Eva Marie is interesting in the sense that, like, I don't know how it's possible for somebody to be so uncoordinated. Like, she's in amazing shape. Like, I don't know how somebody who, like, works out as much as she does could have, like, absolutely no, like, athletic prowess. It's fucking baffling.
Well, because her brains are in her body.
That's true. But, like, literally watching her, like, it seemed like she had a hard time grasping the concept of walking.
Well, if you had watched the Tough Enough she was on, you would learn more. She's not very bright. She's really not. She's not a bright girl. She's easily manipulated. Very naive. And, I mean, she was almost like a sheltered girl if you watched the show. She was daddy's girl. She was a little daddy's girl. And it's weird. It was a very weird thing. But, yeah, she's not the sharpest
Brightest
knife.
sharpest.
She's not the tool, not the best tool in the box. She's weird. And yeah, King mentioned that Braun did botch the return with the fall.
Yep, I saw that.
He
Destroyed the tag team division or something.
Everyone's like, oh, come on, he fell. Come on, everyone falls. Oh, fuck you.
Was this like an Ultimo Dragon situation where he just, like, came out and immediately ate shit?
It was more like he was gonna do the little he wasn't gonna do the choo choo, but he was gonna do the little train with the shoulder block, and he stood up and he just dropped. He just fell right on his face and then got up and pushed. I forget who it was, but it didn't look very good.
He's on SmackDown, not Raw, but it would have been great if, like, all of a sudden you just heard vintage Braun Strowman.
Here, I'll ask you guys a question. Over or under 6 months he lasts?
Oh, I think over.
I think over based on contract structure. Like, he'll probably be there for a year or two.
I think maybe even longer. I think he might have learned a little bit of the system when he was there the first time. Look, we were all shocked as fuck when that guy was let go. He was right in the middle of a fucking storyline. Whether it was a big storyline or not, he was right in the middle of a fucking pretty, they were giving it some fucking, high exposure.
Yeah.
And we just hear he's gone.
What was the storyline again?
What was he do? He was with. It was him. It wasn't him and Miz.
Last I remember, he was feuding with Shane.
It was after Shane. I can't remember who it was, to be honest. That's how much I give a shit.
Exactly.
I don't remember.
But he was feuds for him because, like, I thought he sucked ass, but, like, they seemed like they were big on him until one day they were not. But, like, Christopher Kane was saying, there's no Almost on TV anymore. I don't know how often they're using the Z's these days. It doesn't seem like a lot. Like, basically the new big men that they brought in to replace him hadn't panned out the way they had hoped. So I guess they're back to square one with that.
Yeah, supposedly they're even souring on Gable Steveson. So, rumored that Triple H has kind of given up on him. He's supposedly not advancing as well as they thought he would. I don't know why they think everyone's going to be Triple H or fucking Brock Lesnar or someone like that. I don't know why they think that.
They flipped on Parker Bordeaux pretty fast too, though. But with Steve, it's a bit different because he's more higher profile. But it doesn't surprise.
Yeah, they were comparing to Kurt Angle.
Well, I mean, they want to get away from hiring. I mean, dude, look at the last group of people they brought in. There was like not one indie wrestler, not one person had wrestling experience out of like 14 or 15 people. None of them.
This is what happens when you bring inexperience.
Well, listen, when you want to bring in fucking, underwear models and shit like that, I'm sorry. You're not going to fucking get the cream of the crop wrestling-wise. Not everyone is going to be fucking... You're not going to get all Kurt Angles. You're not going to get all Trish Stratuses. You're not going to get them people. They are few and far between.
Yep. Once in every generation or every 2 generations.
Yeah. You're just not going to... You're just not going to get it. You're not going to get it.
Saying his last feud was with Drew and Lashley, Strowman's last feud, which I believe was that was title picture stuff.
I think you might be right. Well, Drew's been in the title picture for a couple years now.
Yeah.
Boy,
Are you guys shocked that he didn't win the titles?
Yeah, they really fucking... You know what? Him not winning was fine. Him singing American Pie after the show, that...
You sang American Pie?
That made a fool... Oh, don't make me pull up the video. Let me see if I can find it.
I didn't see this.
Let me see if I can find the video while we're talking here. I'll look for the video real quick. If I find it, we can play it. Give me a minute.
Really? While you're doing that, has anybody seen that video a long time ago when he was on the Indies? I think maybe CZW era, of Jon Moxley just at the top of his lungs singing "Sweet Caroline" while he came out to an entrance.
I think we played that on the show once before.
Pretty fucking awesome.
I think we played that. Let's see, Drew McIntyre. Who was that? That was who was he in the ring with? Theory. No, Fury, right?
Austin Theory?
Yeah.
Tyson Fury. There it is. Drew McIntyre, Tyson Fury. Oh. Okay, this is a 4-minute version, so I'm gonna get it, and we'll just listen to a little bit of it, and then we'll get out of it. Okay. So give me this. Hold on a minute. No, I'm not doing it the way you think. I'm gonna get it. Otherwise, it's gonna be a bad thing. So give me a minute here to get it downloaded. We'll listen to it real quick. What the hell, right? We got nothing better to do.
Why not?
While we're killing time, to go back to your question, I wasn't terribly surprised that they had Drew McIntyre lose. Just whatever. Very gung-ho on the idea of keeping the belt on Roman up until potentially the next coming WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks he's either The Rock or Cody. I think it's going to be Cody.
Makes more sense for Cody, because, what does it really do for The Rock if to have him end the streak and then go back to not being there again?
Yep.
Okay. Let's get this video. Okay, media source. Let's grab it real quick. Give me a second here. Get the desktop. Drew McIntyre. There it is right there. Drew McIntyre. Oops. Maybe I didn't have it. Tyson's name is first. That's why. Here it is. Drew McIntyre, Tyson Fury. All right. Let me hit it, and then I got to do one quick thing before I play it. And I will do that. Let me get into the audio properties so we can all hear it, if that's okay with you guys.
Yep.
All right. Give me one sec here. Let me play it first. So I guess I got to actually play it first. Drop it right here. Okay. Let's see if it will play. I'm a bitch, it won't play. Why won't it play? Fuck my luck. Alright, fuck it, we'll play the audio.
There you go.
I'm going to fast forward just a little bit since we're just playing audio.
Fronting Drew McIntyre.
A little more.
Music used to make me wonder if I cried when I read about his widow bride. Something touched me deep inside the day the music died. Cardiff, all together now!
There you go.
Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing,
This'll be the day that I die. What? This'll be
Come on,
the
guys.
day that
Please don't sing, Corey.
I die. Cardiff, you were wonderful tonight!
There you go, guys. That was it. They were singing American Pie.
it didn't quite go the way I thought. I should have known better when it came to Roman.
So that's what they did. They decided they were going to sing, and that's what happened.
Won the undisputed title tonight.
Oh, why can't I get rid
That's
of it?
hilarious.
Now why won't it leave? It won't go off the screen. Son of a bitch. There it goes. It still didn't go off the fucking screen. Oh, shit.
I know you're feeling down right now, but you've done your country and everybody in here proud.
All right.
That was an unbelievable fight.
The fucking
Well
media
done,
source
mate.
started
Should be
playing.
proud of yourself.
Anyway, let me get rid of it on this side now before we get a fucking copyright. Okay. Guys, that's pretty much all I got. Anyone else got anything
Yeah.
else?
What a way to
No.
end the
Well, I mean, if you're going to end a show, you end it with American Pie and, those two guys. That's how you end a show. Why does it look like I have...
Do you all think Brian's winning the title?
I hope he
I
does.
hope so too.
Like I said, him or Moxley's fine with me.
I don't think Moxley needs it again, and I don't think Jericho needs it.
Christopher Kane is saying he saw something weird on Twitter. We can pull up links, sir. Just saying. Pop that bad boy in here.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be wrestling related. I'm just curious as to what it is that you saw.
I know. Now I'm like, just pop
Yeah.
that link in here. We'll look it up. We're good to go on that, man. Let it go. Let it go.
Train that got like fucking ran over by the train.
Hmm.
Like he wasn't dead, he was still alive, but it literally knocked him out of his shoes. And he did like a fucking ragdoll like he was in a video game. It was pretty cool.
Oh, Sammy. He's
Oh,
always...
smart. You know
Yeah.
the Bills won, right?
Handedly. Yes, they did. 31-10.
Yeah. That was some eventful Thursday night football game.
It's always like that the first week because you get people getting back into shape. Suddenly we are at Cheese on Sports again, but you get people that are getting back into shape, and they didn't play during the off or preseason, so everybody's
Yeah.
like mistakes that they wouldn't normally make. It happens.
The Bills look like a legitimate Super Bowl team right now.
That fan base deserves a Super Bowl. They've been through a lot
Is
of
it?
crap.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Ah,
Yeah, my good
Wait.
friend Doug is from Buffalo, and he's a diehard Bills fan. So
while we're waiting for a potential link that may or may not come from Christopher Cade, speaking of it's a category that I'm sure that you're well versed in, what did you think of that old West Side Gun performance there, Box? You're a big West Side Gun fan. We know that about you.
Who?
On Dynamite, lad that rapped Daniel Garcia to the ring.
I didn't. I had no internet last night.
Oh yeah, well yeah, okay then it doesn't work as well.
It doesn't work without internet. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah,
Listen, folks, I had no internet last night. I apologize. I have country internet. It goes out when it wants to. So, he can't link it. No problem, Christopher. No problem, man. Save it for next week, brother. We'll let it simmer. Let it stew. We'll let it stew. So
I wonder what it was. Can you tell us? Can you tell us what it was?
he could, but it's just not as good if you don't get the links and if you don't get to see the comments on it. It's not fun because that's actually what happened last week.
Oh,
Is someone called Malachi Black a traitor, but they spelled it Trader, like he was going to be like at the flea market next week, not a Traitor traitor. This is what you look at comments for. You really see the intelligence of people. as your, especially with those words like you and your and your, but traitor and traitor definitely was funny last week, which is why I named the show Traitor Malachi, because I'm sure everybody wanted to go to a flea market.
What we're gonna name this week? You got punked.
Toady Codes. Is that what I said?
I have a name.
Codes?
You got punked. Punk.
We'll figure it out. All right, folks. I guess we can go ahead and wrap this bad boy up. What do you think?
Yes, sir.
Let's go ahead and do it. Eric, why don't you go ahead? Let them know where to find you.
Everything Unscripted podcast on blogtalkradio.com/Everything Unscripted podcast. Tomorrow night we'll be doing 6:30 Eastern time. We'll be doing our top 20 favorite wrestlers of all time, and then listen to Daniel and Doug on Saturday for Unscripted Unlimited. They'll be doing their own list of for their own sitcom network, and then Sunday is the Stavcast with Mindy and Daniel, and then Monday is the Webcave with Daniel and Bobbio.
Nice. All right, Smark.
All right, let's do it. We got Cheese on Sports Mondays, 8:30, Metal Mitt Podcast Network, hyphens between all of those words on the Mixler machine or wherever you find podcasts. You're not a good podcast now. You're a big boy. I'm not going to hold your hand through life. We're going to be talking about the NFL. It's the first week of the season. It's going to be my birthday Monday when we're doing Cheese on Sports. I may or may not be.
Happy birthday.
That'll be fun. If you want to listen to me be hammered on air, I would never do it otherwise. We all know this. Be sure to listen to that show. Dirk reached out to me. He said, "Hey, Smark, is it possible you could give the, quote, Bayou Geeks and Guns and Geeks with Fatty 316 a shout-out?" No, I can't do that. But there you go. There's your shout-out. Go ahead and listen to them. I'm sure they're great guys. If you want me to plug your show, just literally send me a fucking direct message on Twitter. I'll do it. I have standards. God bless you. So if you want to listen to that, go ahead and listen to that. If you want more Dirk, you can listen to Dirk and Mojo. Mojo and Dirk's Most Dastardly Show, wherever you get your podcast. And last but never least, be sure to check out our friends at Planet Raconteur. We're going to get a short one this week. Planet Raconteur, Bobby Anthem, Papa Dave, Sincere, Yuck Nasty, all 16 episodes of Season 1. They're available for you. Season 2, ever ongoing. I believe they're up to 10 or 11 now. I don't know. I've been sick for a couple weeks. Give me a break. But be sure to subscribe and listen to them. I do, and it's great. You want Bobby Anthem in your ear telling you stories when you're trying to drift to bed at night. It's great.
Oh, it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. You're taking your panties off when he fucking calls. When he's talking. You're just doing it. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't fucking matter.
The first time I listened, I threw in my panties. I didn't even have panties. They just fucking manifested in my hand. It was wild.
Whatever undergarment you have on, Bobby's making you take it off. You won't even know. You'll just be like, how the fuck did I wait a minute. How did this happen? It's just the way it worked when you got Bobby's voice in your ear. So anyway, there's all the plugs from them. Basically, all I'm going to say is check me out, Hollywood Hangout. I'll be back Sunday night with Billionaire Boys Club, not the 2018 movie. I'm going to do the 1987 made-for-TV movie. So
apparently, SBC says
on YouTube, right?
Yep. What was that, Smark? I'm sorry.
SBC says we need a shout out for Jinder. That's how easy it is. You just ask me to do it, and I'll do it. Jinder rules, he says. So shout out to Jinder Mahal. Watch whatever show he's on nowadays. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I knew I should have shut the chat off 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, yeah, I'll be doing that TV movie on YouTube. And listen, this is another one that's actually based on a true story. So there's going to be some pretty cool stuff to get into with this movie. And I think that's it, guys. I appreciate you guys joining. Appreciate the chat room coming on in. And listen, like I said, I'm sorry we couldn't get this done last night. I'm at the mercy of Rise Broadband, my cable company and internet company, and just didn't have it. I just didn't have it. It came back on at like 12:30. I didn't think I was going to call Smark and say, hey, I know it's 1:30 there, but let's do a show. I got to be up in 5 hours. So no, we didn't do that. But all right, folks, that's about it. I appreciate it, and we will see you next time. I will see you Sunday on the Hollywood Hangout. Once again, Billionaires Boys Club, 1987.
You do your shows on Sunday now?
Adios.